Now that the season is finally over, here are some takeaways from the NBA Finals. The first takeaway I want to point out is Tyrese Halliburton is on the same level of superstar as Jimmy Butler. Before I get into any of this, I want to wish Halliburton the best after that injury. It sucks to see his season end like that, and hopefully he comes back better than ever. Now with this statement, we've been trying to put Halliburton amongst the superstars of the league since the playoffs started. Many clutch performances, he's the leader of the best team in the East. It's hard not to put him there. But after this finals run, I think he's the same level of superstar as Jimmy Butler. And hear me out on this. Whenever Jimmy Butler was leading the Heat to finals appearances in 2020 and 2023, we were like, how is he doing this? He's not scoring the ball exceptionally well. His team is not that great. The front office is not that great. The coaching is exceptional, but still, you guys should not be making the finals, especially with the teams that are out east. You had, at the time, was the Bucks, the Celtics, the 76ers were trying to make their way through the East. It was tough to see that the Heat were coming out of the East. With this finals appearance, we saw the same thing from the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton wasn't scoring a lot. He wasn't showing up on the stat sheet as much. The team wasn't as great as the Celtics, Knicks, or Cavaliers this season. So how was this team in the playoffs? And I think I found this answer. It's just these guys find a way to win. There's only two of these certain level superstars. Every other superstar is either they show up on the stat sheet, or they show up defensively, or they show up charismatically where they're selling tickets. These guys are not doing that. You're not paying to see Tyrese Halliburton. You're not paying to see Jimmy Butler. But you just have to respect what they do. And after seeing this finals appearance, you have to at this point. If Tyrese Halliburton does not get hurt in this Game 7, then who knows what we see, especially with how he played in the first 7 minutes. So the question is Tyrese Halliburton a superstar? And at this point, we're looking at Jimmy Butler in 2020, where we don't know if this finals appearance is a fluke or not, and if he can keep up this level of success. But if he can, then we're calling Tyrese Halliburton a superstar for years to come. If he can't, then we look at it as one of the worst teams to go to the finals. The second takeaway that I want to get from all this is Shai had one of the greatest seasons of all time. He won regular season MVP, finals MVP, a champion, and won the scoring title. There's only been 9 guys who've done this in NBA history. And all of those guys have been regarded as legends in this game. We got Kareem, Kobe, LeBron, KD, Steph Curry, Shaq, Wilt, and Jordan. The last person is Shai. And none of these guys have done this before the age of 27, except for Kareem, who did it at 23. Not only that, Shai led one of the youngest teams in NBA history to a championship. The Thunder this year are 25.6 years old. The only team younger than that to win a title was the 1977 Portland Trailblazers, led by Bill Walton. This shows what kind of dominance we can see from this team for years to come. And as well as his playoff success was, his regular season success was just as great. He's one of 2 players to average 30 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists on 50% shooting with 1 block and 1 steal. Shai is one of them. The other one to do this is Michael Jordan. Now, I'm not saying he's going to become one of the greats, but what I am saying is we have to put some respect on the greatness that we've seen from him this season. The third takeaway that I saw from this finals, and I've been saying it since the playoffs started, is the Pacers need to make a big move this offseason. This team is not good enough. As much as we want to say that they are, they're not. Tyrese Halliburton is a pass-first guy, and he's Jason Kidd at best. Pascal Siakam is a number 2 option, and we saw that with the Raptors in 2019, where Kawhi took over and Pascal was a good secondary scorer. The Aaron Nesmith, Benedict Mathurin, Andrew Nembhard, TJ McConnell, those are bench pieces on a championship team. Maybe a couple starters here and there, but the team is not that great. What we do need to see is we need to see a big trade this offseason. And there are so many targets to look after. The Bucks are still trying to shop Giannis, which would be a great fit for the Pacers. The Celtics are trying to get out of that second apron, so they can get rid of Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, or Derek White. The 76ers are in no man's land, so I can see them getting rid of Joel Embiid. There are so many teams that are looking to get off contracts to be able to sign free agents next season that the Pacers need to make a move. And especially with how the East is looking, the East is wide open for next season. The Celtics have no Jason Tatum. The Bucks, as I said, are trying to get rid of Giannis and don't have Damian Lillard for the rest of the season. The Knicks don't have a coach. The Cavs are gonna lose many key role players like Ty Jerome. They're trying to get rid of Isaac Okoro and Dean Wade. The East is open for the Pacers to go back to the finals this year. But in order for them to win the finals, they have to make a move. And with the way this team is set up, it'll be easy for them to make a move for a superstar. You have many expendable contracts, like Obi Toppin. You have a lot of young pieces that you can throw in a deal, like Aaron Nesmith, Andrew Nebhard, Benedict Mathurin, Jarris Walker. So many young guys that other teams would want. You have Miles Turner, who's a free agent, so you can use him in a sign and trade. And you have a great staff and culture there. You've seen, these players have seen you make the finals with this team. What makes them not say, okay, I see this culture in Indiana. I want to be a part of this. I feel like I can make the move or I can help this team reach that next step. This will be a hot destination for superstars if they're willing to take that step to Indiana. But the Pacers have to make a move this offseason if they want to win the NBA Finals. The last takeaway that I want to get from this is the Thunder might be the next NBA dynasty. We saw one of the best statistical teams in NBA history. They finished best in net rating, the 6th best record of all time, one of the best defensive teams of all time. This team made strides like no other. Just a few years ago, this team won 24 games. Now, we see them win 68 games in the regular season and make strides that we could have never expected. This team is solid from the front office all the way down to the 15th man. Sam Presti is a genius. Mark Daigneault is a great young head coach. They have one of the best young superstars in the league in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They have one of the best young stars in the league in Jalen Williams, who just made all NBA third team and all defensive second team. They have 2 defensive player of the year candidates in Lu Dort and Chet Holmgren. And they have all worldly role players in Isaiah Hartenstein and Alex Caruso. This team is set up for years to come. Now, of course, players are going to leave for like either bigger contracts or a better situation on a better team or something like that. And egos are going to collide at some point. But with a great organization and a great culture that they've established, these superstars will stay with their big 3 solidified in Shai, Chet, and Jalen Williams. And then those role players will be filled, just like every other dynasty has. You look at the Warriors dynasty. You didn't see Andrew Bogut on every team. You didn't see Harrison Barnes on every single championship team. You saw their main guys. You saw Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson. With the Warriors was the same thing. You didn't see Horace Grant on every team. You didn't see Luke Longley, John Paxson, Steve Kerr. You saw Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman as those core pieces. This team is built to be a dynasty. And I might be crazy to say this, but they will be one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. All that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.